Friends, this is a set of modular and stackable cabinets. It can be combined into a small to help my daughter learn to play independently, of course, or a mobile tea table snack cabinet, or bedside table, or even small stools of different heights. Making a set of small ladders for when my daughter just learned to crawl. I had this idea. Yes, there was a lack of a small coffee table that could be moved, so I came up with the following solution. A good friend is renovating his house. Every time I visit, he would always bring some leftover scraps of his renovation. A large number of boards have been accumulated, which seemed to be enough for this project. However, due to the size and thickness of these scraps, 9 and 12 millimeters small boards, it's hard to withstand heavy weight. So I plan to use 20 cinta as the internal skeleton. After all, the thing I made for my daughter, it must be strong enough to be assured. The combination of aluminum profile. There are many ways. I choose to completely wrap the plate this time, compared with directly embedding the plate, or flush embedding will look less cold and rigid than the other two ways. But the whole process is not as simple as I thought. For a novice like me, I also encountered many pitfalls. Please listen to me carefully in the following time. First, the cutting process of the sheet. No matter which combination method is chosen, it's best to wait until the aluminum frame is assembled before cutting it again. Don't directly follow your drawings. Otherwise, in the final pre-installation or assembly process, there may be a gap of, or even about 1 millimeter gap, even during the installation, using various right angle auxiliary tools for assembly. The small misalignments produced during this is hard to avoid. I won't show you the cutting. I won't show you. If you are interested, I will make another video for you later. I'll share my cheap tools set with you. The pre-installation, you can mark all the edges that need to be trimmed. In chamfering position, my habit is to I focus on one part at a time. Especially when using machines, you need to have sufficient safety knowledge about the process of sanding and painting. In my previous video about the aluminum chair, I have introduced it in detail. I won't go into details here. The effect after oiling depends on your preparation before painting. From my personal experience, machines can not only improve efficiency, it can also give you a more delicate finish. Of course, the degree of fineness also depends on the sand or machine you use. So far, the garnet sand of Besto, the polishing effect, is the most delicate I've ever experienced. The final painting effect, you can witness it with your own eyes. Since the depth of the cabinet is only 280 mm and the smallest drawer track I can buy is 250 mm. This is my first time making drawers. Basically, I followed the track reserved dimensions and installation method. The track inside the cabinet are directly installed with trapezoidal nut installed on the reserved aluminum profile. It should be noted that the width and depth measurement of the drawer should be relatively, after all, this will directly affect whether it's smooth. The measurement of drawer width. I use the length of the aluminum profile, subtracting the track on both sides, and the thickness after installation. Then use a 12 mm sheet as the drawer frame, which is the minimum value compatible with the tool. After drilling all the oblique holes, don't rush to assemble it. The order of the steps needs to be clarified. On the one hand, after the drawer, the machine can't trim or sand the inner corner of the drawer to trim edges or sanding it. On the other hand, if you paint it first and then assemble it, the splicing part cannot be glued with wood glue. So my process is I chamfer the edges of the drawers that need chamfering, then sand it, especially around the slanted hole. Here you need to use sand with a large mesh number. After the cabinet is assembled, I can directly use a scouring pad for painting. For a period of time I was reluctant to use the angled hole tool, mainly because in the process of driving screws, the displacement is hard to avoid. Even if you use various right angle aids and fix it with fixtures, there will still be a small amount of displacement. After several attempts, I found that I only need to take a few more steps to make a baffle. To prevent the screw from backward displacement, you can assemble a flawless cabinet. This changed my prejudice against angled hole tools. After all, the combination of angled holes and glue to make drawers is the most convenient way. The height of the drawer is not limited, as long as it can be pulled out smoothly for the panel in order to achieve a flush effect. When installing the track earlier, we reserved the width of the panel, so I printed the small tools, control the reserved gaps up, down, left and right, and draw the marking line, and then you can directly install the panel. Here I share my painting skills. Since the inner corner area of the drawer is difficult to be painted, so I cut a triangle of scouring pad in advance. I dip one corner in a small amount of wood wax oil. First, paint these hard to reach inner corners to be painted completely. Then I can paint the large area. While the wood wax oil is not dry. Next, we can complete the final panel assembly work. This fully enclosed solution can be connected with screws and right angle codes, since I couldn't buy short woodworking screw to fix the 9 mm board, so I designed corner brackets to fix it myself. Finally, the stacking solution is the key point of this set of how to achieve the mutual stacking of cabinets and cabinets. Connection is a problem. It should avoid being accidentally pushed down, but also allow for easy pushing after stacking. I've looked at all kinds of solutions. After thinking, I had an idea. I drilled countersink holes in the 4 corners of each cabinet. Then I used TPU and printer bonding countersink pads. In this way, every cabinet can be stacked stably. It won't fall down no matter how it's pushed. The part of the mat can also act as anti-slip foot pads for each independent cabinet. It's another idea that achieves both. When used alone, these countersink holes look a bit ugly, so I printed some flat insert plugs and some Alligen angles to deal with different scenarios. Every time I make something, my daughter is the happiest, which makes me happy. I was considering buying a walker a few days ago. I got one now. Maybe this is the joy of DIY. I hope my approach can be a reference for you. Thank you for listening to me for so long. If you have any questions, you can follow me, and I will answer your comments.